All right, Shalom. I'm going to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Yahweh Kakadash. I'm going to say, Salaki. I'm going to say double honors to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone for teaching his word in truth and sincerity and for ruling well. And salutations to my fellow Akim across the four corners of the globe, preaching in the name of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. And this is the brother Gabar Yahweh from GMS Hawaii, coming to you with another lesson. Today's lesson is entitled The Leaders Cause Them to Err. All right. Philakia, that comes out of this, it comes out of the scriptures, but it was inspired. This lesson is inspired by this video that you see in front of you right here. Okay, which basically, you know, is voting time for the wicked down here in Babylon. And Philakia, one second. It's voting time for the wicked here in Babylon, all right, and they're voting for this. They're trying to vote between two Edomites, Joe Biden and Trump. And so Trump said something, and I'm gonna play it in a minute. But he claims that he's done a whole lot more for so-called Black Americans than any other president in the United States, including what's his dude name, Lincoln. You know, and you know, there's just a pride of these devils, you know, because these devils, they, in their mind, they don't have to do anything for you. So if they do the slightest thing, they believe that they're doing the greatest thing for you, man. And this is to show you that the so-called white man and none of these other nations have our best interests. And the people that they put up for our people to worship here in this society, the people that they put up for our people to worship in this society are nothing more than just set up. And a lot of times they're not even our people. Case in point, Barack Obama, he's not an Israelite. He's not a so-called black man. He's a Hamite. This chick Kamala Harris, she's not a Israelite. She's an Elamite. Okay, with her, I think her foremothers were Jakes, or so-called black women. But these people, they don't have your best interest, even if they were so-called Negroes. You know, guess what? They don't have your best interest at all. They're not here for you, and you shouldn't even be. We shouldn't even be voting. In reality, that's something that we shouldn't even do. And I always question it because I'm like this: these same presidents, they do the same thing every 4 to 8 years. They come down to the Negroes and they pander to you, and they have you think, and you Latinos too, because you got a whole bunch of Latinos for Trump, just like you got a whole bunch of Negroes for Trump. As if this man is going to bend down and give you a crumb, you know, and you see Jake sprinkled in the crowd here. But these people don't have your best interest. That's what the Lord told us in Deuteronomy chapter 17, verse 13. And all the people shall hear and fear and do no more presumptuously. Let's look at that word for presumptuously. That word there for presumptuously is a wad. In the Hebrew is a wad. Okay, and it says to boil. It says to presume, to deal proudly, which, you know, they have our people doing that now. So anyway, going back, it says, when thou art, verse 14, when thou art come to the land, unto the land which the Lord Yahweh, by Shem Yahweh Shai, thy power giveth thee, and shall possess it, and shall dwell therein, and shall say, I will set a king over me, like as all the nations that are about me. Thou shalt in any wise set him over thee, whom the Lord thy power shall choose. So we supposed to put, man, these people in this fucking music shit, bro, slacking. Again, Deuteronomy 17:5, thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord thy power shall choose. One from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother. Right. So none of these people that our people are in a rush to set over them. are our people. They're not our brothers. One, you ain't supposed to set no woman over top of you. Two, you're not supposed to set another nation over you. Why is that? Because that other nation don't have your best interests. That other nation could care less about you. That other nation cares about its nation, just like Esau, Edom. And you see all these Edomites, they try to make it a Democratic or Republican thing, and they'll show more Negroes with the Democrats and more Edomites with the Republicans. But in reality, they're all one and the same. They're all for each other's cause. Kamala Harris as a vice president is not going to do shit for you because she's not the president. Joe Biden is not going to do shit for you. Like he said, and I saw a video that one of the brothers from LA did, Zakar, one of the brother from Zakar, the elder brother Zakar from the LA camp. And he showed how Joe Biden said that he didn't even want his kids to go to school with black people because they would turn his schools into a jungle, man. You know? But yet, every 4 years, our people go trolloping down to the voting polls. They listen to these celebrities to tell them, get your ass up and vote. But what has voting done for you, man? What, you going to keep voting and you think eventually the white man is going to say, you know what? I'm going to do something right for these people. No. So let me play this real quick, man.
Say very modestly that I have done more for the African American community than any president since Abraham Lincoln, our first Republican president. And I have done more in 3 years for the black community than Joe Biden has done in 47 years.
And it's crazy because these Edomites really believe that shit. These Edomites, when Jake, or if he's done more for the so-called black community in 47 years, in 3 years than Joe Biden did in 47 years, in reality, they both done the same amount of shit, which is nothing, which is completely unadulteratedly nothing. Barack Obama didn't do nothing for the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American community. Trump didn't do nothing. What's this nigga named Clinton? These are all the ones I can remember since I was alive. Reagan, Bush, none of them. They give you niggas a check, a $1,200 check, and they really believe that that could wipe out for all the things that have been done to our people. While yet these streets are filled with so-called Negroes and Latinos marching against police brutality, against violence in their own communities, done by each other. You know, like I said, these people, they sit amongst these crowds. And that's another thing, too, to show you that this corona shit is some bullshit. None of these people are practicing social distancing. Edomites, for some reason, don't have to practice social distancing. You know? They could just be clustered amongst each other. And guess what? The coronavirus just won't affect them. You know? But the point of the matter is that you listen to this devil, man, and it's nothing but a bunch of proud rhetoric, man. But it's to get our people to go along with the system. Like always, like I was saying earlier, I always question this whole voting shit. Like, if the elite gonna put who they want in office, which the elite, they work for the Most High on the left-hand side anyway. If they're gonna put a certain people in office, anyway, why even have a fucking vote? Why even keep people into this voting thing? Because it's to give the Edomites the feeling the upper hand and superiority, and it give the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American hope, empty hope. That's what it's really for. And that these Edomites don't even know that they're being played too, like a hand of cards. You know? Because none of these Edomites that's going to get in office, whether it's Trump again or whether it's Biden, is going to have your best interest, man. They don't care about you. And that's why the Lord told us that we're not supposed to set a stranger. Let's read that again. It says, thou mayest, this is in the middle or towards the end of Deuteronomy 17 and 15. It says, thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother. And like I said, why is that? Because the stranger don't care about you. Just like the hireling. They don't care about you. You got hirelings of our people. Your Al Sharptons, your Nates, your Hunters, your Justice Jackass Jackson. None of them care about their people, man. They just care about what they can get, a crumb. from the master's table, man. So that word for stranger in the Hebrew is nakaraya, all right, nakaraya, and it says an alien, a foreigner, a harlot, unfamiliar, and that's what these nations are. They're unfamiliar. Right now, we're in captivity. You know, Jake died and got humiliated for the right to vote here in America. For what? For nothing, man. If they just gonna keep every 4 years recycling the same bullshit rhetoric, if they're gonna keep recycling the same Edomites, what did voting do for you? You die for nothing. And then Jake's like, well, you know, we should go out and vote because our people die for nothing. Man, who needs to vote, man? For what? What is it really gonna do for you? They come down there and they do the jig with you and your black churches, your Latin churches. And for some reason, they just love to get Judah. And that's because they know that we're a top tribe and that we're the influencers. So whatever Judah do, all the rest of the tribes are going to do. Shit, all the world does, man. But they come down there and they selling you up. How you thinking like, oh yeah, this Edomite right now. It's like playing dice and you never hitting 7. You never hitting 11. You just crapping every time. 3. Snake eyes. 12. You just crapping out, man. Hoping that eventually you're going to hit 7. And once in a while you might hit it. But mainly you're not going to hit it. You're going to just keep losing. And what you win is nothing compared to what you've lost. You see? What you win is nothing compared to what you lost. The brother GMS in the Truth Orlando, let me put a script up. Right here. Proverbs 3:31. That's right. Envy thou not the oppressor and choose none of his ways, man. And that's the reason why our people run to these polls and run to these liars. Like I said, this devil said that he's done more for you black people. Abraham Lincoln didn't do anything for you Negroes, man. He didn't first of all, he's not the master. So he can't set you free. Only Yahweh Shema Shai, the one that put us in this predicament, can set us free. What Abraham Lincoln did was transfer your slavery from one slave master to another, from the private slave master to the federal slave master, man, the government. He didn't do nothing for you. He didn't give you no 40 acres, no goddamn mule. He didn't give you no land. He didn't give you no real employment. They just set you out. They just let you go like cattle and see what happens to you, man. He didn't care about you. He said if he didn't have to free you, he wouldn't do it. If he could save the Union without freeing you, he wouldn't do it. If he could save the Union with freeing you, he would do it. Which in reality, they were sucking the power, the financial power from these private planners, man, who are already in debt to the so-called J-Brews anyway. And they destroyed their economy so they could destroy their army. So they can do what they want. But you don't look that way. People don't see that. You don't see that you're a corporate slave, man. Like the brother Judah Akia said. And the brother from Orlando also mentioned that that's what Harriet Tubman did. Yeah, she did, man. She didn't have your best interest, man. And for the handful of Negroes that she helped bring to the North, man, how many of them were able to stand up on their own and make something happen? How many of them were able to make policy in America? None of them. None of them. You know? So again, these Edomites, they feel like, look, we gave you welfare. That's enough. Like that nigga Mitch McConnell. He said, we gave you welfare. We gave you a black president. So we don't have to give you reparations. That's what they say. But you're never going to get reparations from your enemy anyway. And they make it so. They keep an Edomite in that office. You know, it just, and I'm speaking as a man, but they learned from that Roman Empire, man. They learned from the pagan Roman Empire not to let Jakes get up on top. Because what's going to happen? We're going to take over. That's what happened with Marcus Aurelius, who's a Jake. Gada, a Jake. Septimius Severus, a Jake. Persinius Niger, a Jake. What's his dude name? Constantine the Great, a nigga. Took took it right out of their hands, man. Which really, it was time for them to go down. So Yahweh Shema Shai took them down. He used us to take them down. Okay? But they realized that, look, man, in history, we let these niggas get over us, man. We're going to be through. They're not going to have our best interests. And eventually, they're going to want recompense, which that's what they're scared of. That's why they're so jittery when they get around you. That's why they're so uncomfortable around you. On top of the fact that, you know, we're two different people with two different two different manners of people. And they want to keep that yoke of iron on our necks, man. So every 4 years, they give you this false hope. Every 4 years, they make you believe that they're going to do something right for you this time. They'll go into the Breakfast Club. Like you see Hillary Clinton 3.5 years ago on a Breakfast Club. She was on all the nigga stations, having you thinking that, oh, yeah, you know, I'm coming down here. I want to listen to what you have to say. You know, and I believe that, you know, we're going to push something right. And when they start bringing reparations up, well, you know, but if it was the Edomites, the so-called Jews, they get reparations. The Ammonites, the Japanese, they get reparations. They get their situation set right. But you niggas just gotta have hope. And then you know when the devil says you're gonna have reparations, when you die. When you die and go to heaven, that's where your reparations are at. Your reparations will never be here on this side as long as he has something to do with it, man. When has the so-called white man ever gave a fuck about the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American? Never. Never. Trump don't even mention you so-called Mexicans, and you got a horde of Mexicans talking about Mexicans for Trump. Let me show you a picture. Let me show you a picture, man. You got a horde of Mexicans for Trump, man. Mexicans for Trumps. Mexicans for Trumps. Latinos for Trumps. I'm Mexican. What you say? I'm Mexican and American. Trump. Stupid as fuck. Stupid as. Look at this nigga. Hold up. Hold up. Put that picture right here. This nigga right here, man. Mr. Trump equals no. What does it say? Mexico is waking up. The game has changed in North America. The idea of Trump as president is starting to settle in what a Donald Trump presidency looks like, and the practice remains. You know, you got a horde of our people running down Latinos para Trump, man. You see, and it's mainly our women. You see, it's mainly the women. Look. To love Trump equals hate. It's mainly women. Look. Abuela, here it is. She cleaning this nigga's toilets. She couldn't get into his house without cleaning his toilets, man. And she had to go through the back. Right? They always bring the women, just like Negroes, blacks. You got the same thing. Northern and Southern Kingdom in a rush to put Salakia. In a rush to put Edom over top of us, man. And our women, they love it because Esau's not in fear of the Negro, Latino, Native American woman, man. He's in fear of the Negro, Latino, Native American man. You know? And just like and a lot of the bourgeois of our people, which really they want to keep being a bourgeois of our people because they know that they ain't really got no place in the kingdom of heaven as real as a top brass. They want to be known as somebody. I mean, they're still gonna have slaves. They're gonna be kings. The men of our nation that sold out, they're gonna be kings. But you know, look at this shit, man. Look at this shit. These niggas praying for this dude, man. And he don't give a fuck. He just got his eyes closed, man. Blacks for Trump, man. They'll rather this dude than Yahushua, man. Look, blacks for Trump. God's S2.com, which I think this dude is dead now. That's something spiritual. You see? Black for Trump. Just niggas, man. Ignorant ass, stupid ass niggas, man. You know? Blacks for Trump 2020. You see? But yet he don't have your interest, and you just pandering to Edomites, man. You just pandering to Edomites, man. This Isaiah chapter 30, verse 1 says, woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. And that's the real reason Jake's clamor to these Edomites and these other nations and these idols that they call gods. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. The real reason, because they allow them to be wicked, man. They're not going to judge you. Here it is. This man is throwing you, not only him, Barack Obama too, threw you Negroes and Latinos and Native Americans and Haitians out of America into concentration camps in America, and you still accept this dude, man. Because you cover with a spirit, but it ain't the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. It ain't the spirit of the God of the Bible. It ain't the spirit of the God of the Israelites. It ain't the spirit of the only living true God, the only living true power. Okay, that take counsel, but not of me. Right? They don't refer back to the Bible, to the word of the Heavenly Father, and that cover what they covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. Again, because they're just going to allow you to add sin to sin. That walk to go down into Egypt, and this is in Egypt all over again, and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. That's what America is. America is the shadow of Egypt. It's just a mirror. It's just a mirror image of ancient Egypt, man, and a lesser image than that. Therefore, shall the strength. Therefore, shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, right? Because ultimately, America is going to be destroyed. And you Negroes and Latinos and Native Americans, you're going to be ashamed, because I know they got what, Native Americans, Trump. You're going to be ashamed, man. Yeah, look at this shit. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Tomahawks. Tomahawks for Trump, man. You know? You're going to be ashamed of that, man. Putting an Edomite, a demon, a dog, he's less than a dog above you, man, over you versus your own power, man. You're going to be ashamed. It's going to be your shame. Therefore, so the strength of Pharaoh, I'm saying, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt, your confusion. And that Jake is confused, man. Jake is completely confused, man. And it's going to be to your confusion. It says, let me skip down. It says, verse 5, it says, they were all ashamed of a people that could not profit them. Right? The Edomites can't profit us, man. The Moabites, they can't profit us. All right? The Hamites, they can't profit us. None of these nations can profit us, man. Okay? None of these nations can profit us, man. And it's crazy because it usually be the Jakes that is doing so-called well in the society, that they're running with this devil, man. But if it was a stone-cold Negro, Latino, Native American man standing up for you, you wouldn't accept him, man. He wouldn't even get a vote. He wouldn't get a quarter of the votes, man. Which it don't even matter that you vote anyway. Which what the super elite doing every 4 years is gauging where the people are at to see if they're still asleep, gauging the temperature of the people to see if they still believe in this wicked society, to see if they still will die for this society. You know, and you got an Edomite holding up a blacks for Trump sign, man, and she not even a Jake. You see, that's confusion, because you'll see that and you'll believe that, oh, look, they're for Trump. Look, LGBTQs for Trump. It's just people holding up signs, man, to make again, to gauge the temperature of the people, to see if the people really believe in what they're saying, to see if the people still believe in the American ideals, man. That's all they're really doing, because they already know who's getting in office. Trump's getting back in office, man. I guarantee you that. You know, Lord willing. Why I say that? Because he's going to be the one that the Lord uses to bring in World War III. He's going to be the one that the Lord uses to push that mark of the beast, and then watch how you jakes clamor for it so you can be destroyed. He's going to be the one that the Lord uses to bring martial law on you, man. He keep telling you niggas the best is yet to come. And what best? What is before the best? Look what has been happening. You niggas complaining about 2020 like 2020 is the issue. No, it ain't. It's just because judgment is hitting you, and so you don't know what to do. Look, they got Edomites with Blacks for Trump shirts on, man. And this is not, they didn't make this up. They put this on, man. Blacks for Trump, because they're the real blacks. These Edomites, they're the real blacks, man. You know? But yet, you people really believe that he has your best interest, man. Well, it's going to be to your shame. You're going to be shamed. You put a people that couldn't profit you, man. A people that could not profit you. It says they were all ashamed of a people that could not profit them, nor be in help, nor profit. So these nations, they can't be a help to you, man. Nor profit, but a shame, and also a reproach. And that's exactly what they're going to be. Let's read those words. That word for shame, the Hebrew word there is bashah, bashah. And it says shame, shameful thing, confusion. All right? And a reproach, a scorn, a taunt, you know, a resting upon condition of shame and disgrace. So you trusting in Esau, Edom is going to be a disgrace for you, man, because ultimately you're going to be destroyed. That's what's going to happen. It says verse 7, for the Egyptians and the modern day Egyptians are you Edomites, for the Egyptians shall help in vain. Yep. And to no purpose. Therefore have I cried concerning this, their strength is to sit still. You see that, you know, Jake don't want to listen, but you trust in oppression. You love oppression. It's Psalms 62:10 says, trust not in oppression and become not vain in robbery. If riches increase, set not thy heart upon them. But just like them people in that movie, you ever see that movie They Live with Roddy Piper? These people, they were trusting in riches and they were trusting in the increase of riches. But the Lord said, you ain't supposed to set your heart upon that, because it's going to be destroyed anyway. You buy a house for a 30-year mortgage, guess what? It's going to be destroyed anyway, because the nuclear missile is going to destroy it. You kill your own people, you lie, you steal, you cheat to get these FRNs. Guess what? It don't matter, because the FRN is going to cease to exist once the RFID chip is forcibly mandated on the people, which is the mark of the beast. It's already worth nothing. They got you fighting and killing each other for nothing. You going out working hard as fuck for nothing. Really, you're doing it for free. You're doing it for free. Again, they are minished. It says, this is Psalm 73:8. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak lawfully. That's these Edomites. They don't care about your oppression. This nigga said he's done more for you Negroes, you blacks in America, and he said he speak modestly, which is pridefully, than anybody. And then you got this nigga, he could be a terror, because you got to understand too, a lot of these Negroes that stand amongst Edomites, they really Edomites themselves, man. Whether they know this or not, they're really Edomites themselves, man. And it just so happened that they panned on a Negro before he said what he's about to say.
And I have done more in 3 years for the black. Our first Republican president. And I have done more in 3 years for the black community than Joe Biden has done in 47 years. And when I'm reelected, the best is yet to come.
Yeah, he did nothing for you black Americans, you African American. That show you how much he respects you. He calls you African American, then he calls you black, and then he throws up that 666 sign, 666 symbol, and said the best is yet to come. He did nothing for you, but yet the best is yet to come. That means it's gonna be, he's gonna bring all hell out, all hell on earth for you, man. Because this devil knows he got a short time. So he's gonna bring holy hell, and that's gonna get these Edomites excited, man.
And told them he felt their pain. And then he flew back to Washington and voted to ship our jobs to China and many other distant lands.
Hey, this is Donald Trump, man. The same guy that took a full-page ad out in a Wall Street Journal, I think it was, or something like that, the New York Post or whatever, to call for the death penalty for 5 innocent Israelites that were convicted of raping an Edomite jogger, man. And the same prosecutor that prosecuted them knew that they were innocent, but she didn't give a fuck. She still believed they're innocent. I mean, they're guilty, even though the real rapist came up and said he did it, and is serving time for it. They had to pay, the New York State had to pay these kids, well, they were grown men by the time they got out of prison, money. Ruin their fucking lives, man. Ruin their lives, man. But he's done more for you blacks and Latinos than any other president since Abraham Lincoln. And I keep throwing you Latinos in there because when they talk about black people, they talk about you Latinos too, man. And you still got Jake in them concentration camps, them ice jails, rotten with their children never to be seen again.
And I say very modestly that I have done more for the African American community than any president since Abraham Lincoln, our first Republican president.
Yeah, he said he done more for African Americans than Abraham Lincoln, their first Republican president. And then they show this nigga. Out of all the people they could have zoomed in on, they zoom on this dude, man. Look, he's amongst us. Who is this guy? I don't even know who this guy is. He's just some guy standing there, you know? He might have rank or high in this society, but he could care less about you Jakes, man. No beard on his face, got the line up. This dude could be an actor for all we know, man. You know what I'm saying? All these people.
And I have done more in 3 years for the black community than Joe Biden has done in 47 years. And when I'm reelected, the best is yet to come.
You see that? When he's reelected, the best. Wait a minute. When he's reelected, the best is yet to come, man. They're going to share. This nigga's a devil, bro. This is Ecclesiastes 12:10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. This man is your enemy, man. The so-called white man is your enemy. He is not your friend. He don't care about you. That's why the Lord never dealt with these nations, because they don't care about his people. All they care about is destroying his people, man. Psalm 62:10 again. Trust not in oppression. And we should not trust in oppression, bro. Trust not in oppression, and become not vain in robbery. If riches increase, set not your heart upon them. The Heavenly Father have spoken once, twice have I heard this, that power belongeth unto the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Also unto thee, O Lord, belongeth mercy, for thou renderest to every man according to his work. So we supposed to be seeking after Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, because all these things come from the Lord. Poverty, wealth, riches, lowliness, mercy, joy, pain, hurt, destruction, wrath, all come from Yahweh Shem Shai. You don't go to the hammer. You don't go to the hammer. You know what I'm saying? To tell you how to fix a building. You use the hammer to bang in a nail, to destroy something, to put something up. But our people are going to the hammer instead of the one that's wielding the hammer, which is Yahweh Shem Shai. Psalms 73:1. They are corrupt and speak wickedly. That's what the Edomites are. How can you go to a corrupt thing to do something righteous for you, man? To give you reparation, to give you set right what they've done wrong to you. When in reality, it wasn't even a white man that did this. It was Yahweh Shai that put us in this condition, man, for our wickedness, man. This is Baruch 4 and yep. Baruch 4:14. Let them that dwell about Zion come and remember ye, yea, the captivity of my sons and daughters, which the everlasting have brought upon them. So it's Yahweh Shem Shai that brought these things upon us. So should we not be trying to entreat the Most High, entreat of the Most High, speak to the Most High, for he brought these things upon us? For he have brought a nation upon them from far, a shameless nation, which are you Edomites, and of a strange language, that English, that Dutch, who neither reverence old men nor pity child. That's the white man. These have carried away the dear beloved children of the widow. The widow is Israel, and left her that was alone, desolate without daughters. But what can I help you? For he that brought these plagues upon you will deliver you from the hands of your enemies. He is our enemy, Esau, Edom, the rest of these nations. 2/3 of our own people are our enemies. But this dude is complete. He's the complete enemy. He is the enemy. And then he tells you the best is yet to come. Because in their eyes, the way you get mowed down in the street, killing each other, destroying each other, the cops killing you, Edomites killing you. Random Edomites now. It ain't even just the cops. It's just random Edomites shooting the shit out you. And the best is yet to come. Boy, you hold on to your seats, man. Because shit's about to get real. Okay? Says, but what can I help you? For he that brought these plagues upon you will deliver you from the hands of your enemies. So it was Yahweh Shem Shai that brought these plagues upon us. So he's going to deliver us from our enemies. Go your way, O my children, go your way, for I am left desolate. It says, verse 21, be of good cheer, O my children. Cry unto the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai, and he shall deliver you from the power and the hand of the enemies. For my hope is in everlasting, that he will save you, and a joy is come unto me from the Holy One, because of the mercy which shall soon come unto you from the everlasting Savior. See? So we shouldn't be going to no Edomite, seek no Edomite, no woman. We got to go to Yahweh Shem Shai, man. We got to go to Yahweh Shem Shai, because these people, they're corrupt. These Edomites, they're corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak lawfully. They set their mouth against the heavens, and their tongue walketh through the earth. Ecclesiastes 5:8. If thou seest oppression of the poor and violent perverting of judgment and justice in a province, marvel not at the matter. For he that is higher than the highest regardeth, and there be higher than they. So there's, if these people are the highest in the society, guess what? There be a power that's higher than them, which is Yahweh Shem Shai. Ecclesiastes 7:7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. And the only wise men are starting off with the apostles and the elders, a great millstone, and the brothers on down that believe and teach the same doctrine. Those are the wise men, man. Because 2/3 of our people, they're not wise. They're not mad at oppression. They're cool. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. That's that place in this society. That's that fake fame, that fake money, that fake this fake thing of success in this society. That's a gift, and it destroys your heart, man. That's why when Jake get beat up by the Edomite cop, thrown in prison for years for something he didn't do, and then he gets out and they give him $1 million gift. Oh man, white people are cool, man. I'm not mad anymore. I'm okay. I just want to live my life, man. That he's my brother, man. Even though he threw you in prison. Come on, man. Come on, son. Isaiah 30:12. Wherefore thus saith the Lord the Lord, wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise his word and trust in oppression and perverseness and stay thereon, therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out of the high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly and at an instant. That's right, because that's what our people do. They trust in oppression here. They trust in it. They love it. And they love the perverseness here. And they stay on it. Therefore, ultimately, it's going to be to your destruction. And it's going to come when you least expect it. Isaiah 3:12. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. The children are you Edomites. Let's look up that word for children. The Hebrew word there is ilah, okay? Not ban, not sons. Ilah. And it says to act severely, to deal with severely. It says defile. It says to be severely dealt with. To busy oneself, divert oneself, to deal wantonly, to deal ruthlessly, abuse. And that's right, abusers and ruthless people are our oppressors, man. And that's the Edomites. And women rule over them. You already see. Women get the preeminence after Esau in this world, man. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err and destroy the way of thy paths. You see? So I just wanted to bring this out. I was meditating on it last evening, but the Spirit had me get to do it today. The brother Fisher turned Hunter, Amos 9:11, Malachi 1:4. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. That's right. And they shall call them the border of wickedness. So wherever you see an Edomite at, they're the border of wickedness. Why the hell would you go to them for righteousness, for righteous judgment? Why would you go to them for some type of reparation, to be set straight? Niggas the border of wickedness. And the people against whom the Lord have indignation forever. So then not only are you going to the wicked, the border of wickedness to be set straight, but yet the Most High said he has righteous anger against not only Esau, the man, but his people that come from him forever. You're going to the wrong guy. GMS and the truth, Orlando, Jeremiah 17:5. Thus saith the Lord, cursed be the man that trusteth in man. 2/3 of Israel, you trust in this man, and maketh flesh his arm, whose heart departed from the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You see? The Fisher turned Hunter, Amos 9:11, Psalms 37:12. The wicked plotteth against the just, and that's what this devil is doing. He tells you that the best is yet to come. He throws that 666 sign, 666 symbol up. The best is yet to come. But because he's plotting against you, man. The wicked plotteth against the just. Who are the just? The Israelites. Starting off with the elect of Israel, but also the Israelites. We're the just. And gnasheth upon him with his teeth. The Lord shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his day is coming. Right? Yahweh Bashem Shai is laughing at you Edomites because he see your day is coming. Your day of destruction is coming, man. This man, he's the last president, man. Trump, DJ Trump. You the last president, man. The Most High is going to destroy you, man. It's only a matter of time. And so with that, I want to say shalom and on to the next.